Prince Harry and Meghan Markle continue to drift apart from the royal family as the rift still seems very wide at the moment, according to a royal expert. Since their explosive departure, the relationship between the ex-royal couple and the royal family has continued to sour, particularly since the explosive Oprah Winfrey interview earlier this year. Harry and Meghan's controversial chat with the talk show legend aired in the UK on March 8 and received a staggering 5,380 Ofcom complaints by the end of the month. The TV show saw Harry and Meghan airing their complaints and feelings about the monarchy, including a claim that one member had made remarks of their son Archie's skin. The royal family denied accusations of racism. Richard Fitzwilliams, a royal commentator and author, says the rift caused by their departure and that destructive interview doesn't seem to be fixed yet. He told, "The rift in the royal family does not, so far as we know, appear to have been resolved. They initially had huge support after the extremely destructive interview with Oprah. A lot of what they said, whilst portraying themselves as victims, never stood up to scrutiny." The commentator goes on to say that the Sussexes remain unpredictable in their decisions and movements. Harry is writing his autobiography late next year. "What, I wonder, will that contain?" he said. "Quite literally anything could happen." The prince bagged a huge £14.5 million advance for his tell-all memoir but will be donating all of the profits to charity. The ex-royal has been working on the book that will detail his life growing up as part of the firm. In a statement confirming the upcoming release, the Duke said, "I'm writing this not as the prince I was born but as the man I have become. I've worn many hats over the years, both literally and figuratively, and my hope is that in telling my story, the highs and lows, the mistakes, the lessons learned, I can help show that no matter where we come from, we have more in common than we think." Another news, known for a string of controversial yet comedy gold jokes, Ms. Brand was once caught up in a tussle with the royal family. It came in 2013 while she was presenting an episode of the satirical quiz show Have I Got News for You and suggested that Prince Harry snorted cocaine. Reading from an autocue, discussing the names of Prince George's new godparents, she said, "George's godparents include Hugh Van Cutsem. I presume that's a nickname as in Hugh Van Cutsem and Harry then snorts him." The comment prompted a comment from team captain Ian Hislop, who asked, "Have we lost the lawyers?" Harry was at the time a captain with the Army Air Corps and had served on 2 tours of Afghanistan. It prompted outrage from the former captain of the Army, Lord Dannatt, who said in a statement, "It might have been said as a joke but the suggestion is outrageous. It is a very unfortunate joke to make and most inappropriate." A few months later, when things had simmered down, Brand appeared in an interview with Chat Life TV. When the statement from Lord Dannatt was put to her, she said, "I think what happens these days is communications are better, so virtually as soon as a joke is out your mouth in a club in Middlesbrough, it's all over the country," before the interviewer reminded her that it wasn't a club in Middlesbrough but on a hit BBC One television programme. She replied, "Well, first of all, I didn't write the joke because what happens with Have I Got News for You is that they write the script and if you're the presenter you come in on the day and you say, 'I like that joke, I don't like that joke.' I'm a Republican, so I see a joke taking the mick out of the royal, I tend to go for that one if it's good, and I liked the joke about Harry, I thought it was hilarious. And actually, who cares what some old head of the army thinks? Certainly not me." She claimed that the royal family were natural targets given their status as being paid for by the taxpayer. The BBC was later called on to condemn the joke. But the broadcasters stood by the show and Ms. Brand. Anna Soubry, who was a defense minister at the time, described the joke as disgraceful, shoddy, appalling and out of order. She added, "Joe Brand should not have stooped to that level and both she and the BBC should apologise." A spokesman for the BBC said, "Have I Got News for You is a satirical news quiz and the audience is used to the often irreverent humour." This line was a play on words as part of a section on the surnames of those involved in the christening and was clearly tongue-in-cheek. In 2002, it was revealed that Harry had confessed to smoking cannabis in his younger days, later being taken to a drug rehabilitation clinic for a day. However, there were never any suggestions he had taken cocaine. The Duke of Sussex has since admitted that he turned to alcohol and drugs during a dark part of his life in which he struggled with trauma over his mother Princess Diana's death. But there has never been any evidence that the royal consumed a Class A drug. Many viewers were also outraged at the joke about William Van Cutsem's name, Prince George's godfather. At the time, the Mail reported that it was considered particularly insensitive as the elder Hugh Van Cutsem, a close friend of Prince Charles, died just 2 months ago. The BBC wrote to Kensington Palace apologising for the mistake after royal aides apparently contacted the corporation to complain. A BBC spokesman said, "We apologise for the factual inaccuracy in last Friday's programme and have edited iPlayer and future repeats accordingly."